Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. And today I want to talk to you about what really prevents you from doing the things that you know that are good for you. And also on the other end of that question, what prevents you from stop doing the things that are bad for you, that you know that are bad for you, that you are doing. Now, it's a question that I cannot answer for you guys because it's each one to its own, because you know the best why you're doing the things you're doing, and you know the best why you're not doing the things you're not doing. But I can give you some maybe insights or some things and points to think about, that I think about and that guides me, and they are the reason why I'm doing the things I do and why I'm not doing the things that I know that are bad for me. And I will go and say before I start talking about it that I'm not perfect, I still do things that I know that are bad for me, and let's dive into it. Let's take, for example, staying up late, at night. It's the most basic one I can think of at the moment. I have also other basic ones, but staying up late at night. I have this problem that I'm on my phone at night. Although I know it hurts my sleep, although I know it fucks up my schedule, my sleeping schedule, and it affects directly the way I'm gonna feel the morning after, I still do it. Why am I doing it? I can probably think of a few reasons, but the one reason is probably because I'm addicted to my phone, I'm addicted to watching content at night. I like watching podcasts, I like watching interviews with people that I look up to. I like to edit my videos before I go to sleep. And sometimes I'm just scrolling. It's not that common, but sometimes I really just do that. Just scrolling. And then without me noticing, there's been like 1 hour pass or 2 hours pass, and then I have less time to sleep. And in the next morning, I really feel it, I really feel it. But this is something I'm trying to work on, And I think it's also a problem that probably you guys have, or some of you have, with the phone late at night. So this is one thing I am starting to work on. And the way I'm trying to work on that is, as I mentioned, at one point I told to myself, if I'm anyway staying up late and I'm on my phone, maybe it's better if I'm just gonna do things that will save me time the next day or whatever, like editing videos or like watching podcasts, getting some knowledge about things that I want to get knowledge about. Yeah, this is just one thing. And the other thing maybe I can think of, is doing sports. I'm doing sports since I was like 13, since I was like 13 until now I'm 28. I've been doing some kind of sports throughout every year of my life since then. And I want to ask you, what prevents you from doing sports? What prevents you from getting up, putting shoes, and just go and move your body? And it can be whatever, it doesn't have to be the craziest shit you've ever done, but it can be even just a walk, sweat, move your body, move your muscles, move your joints. Think with yourself for a second, what prevents you from doing so? I do it every day, and I know that it benefits my life, and therefore I am doing it. And if I go to the other end of that question that I told you in the beginning, what prevents you from, or actually not what prevents you, but what makes you smoke cigarette? What makes you get drunk every night until you almost pass out? What makes you do drugs that makes you feel like your conscious is leaving your body? I've never done drugs, but I'm really thinking, like, what makes people do that, And each one think with yourself, what makes you do those things? I used to smoke cigarettes, and the reason I stopped is because The main reason I stopped is because it makes my life shorter. I talked about this in another video, maybe I'm gonna make another one, but about choosing life upon death, you know? This is one of the things where you need to choose life over death. Because I know cigarettes are making my life shorter and can cause me early death. Therefore, I just stopped it. I stopped it. What makes you want to die sooner? Can you answer that question? I will ask it again. It's a heavy question, you know, and it's a heavy thought to think about, but it's a necessary thought, because if you doing things that makes your life shorter, like cigarettes and drugs, you might want to face this question at one point, or you're going to face it when the doctor says you have a disease or whatever from smoking, you know. What makes you choose death? What makes you choose an early death? Just think about how your family will think. Just think about how your friends will think when you're not going to be here anymore, you know. When you could have wake up every day and choose living and choose longevity upon early death, you know, or early disease. That's the reason why I stopped doing things that are not benefiting me, you know. Things that I know that are bad for me. And this is only a few examples I gave here today, but I want you to think each with their own mind. Why do you do those things? And on the other hand, why you don't do the things that are good for you? Like sports, like eating healthy. Think about in the level of longevity of living, you know. If I do this, will my life be longer, be fuller, with good energies, with more life? And if I do this, will my life get shorter? And will I summon upon myself an early death? Statistically. Because we all know there are some people that living to be 90 something and they are smoking until the last day of their life. But again, you want to be on the good side of statistics, you know. And that's it, you know. This is just something I wanted to share with you and maybe spark some thoughts about those issues. But start to think about this stuff because it is important. And I'm gonna go continue my day. If you guys are not subscribed yet, please do. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.